Hello, welcome. Do you know that I was laughing about this on YouTube? You can now put people in timeout. Okay, we'll just get rid of that. I'm still trying to work out Billy saying perfect title, looking forward to this. Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Billy. Hello, Ciela. Yeah, so there's so much going on, isn't there? And so that's why I wrote this title, who am I? Who are you? Because I believe that we've all changed and we haven't necessarily assimilated who we were, who we are now, and who we're going to become, because there has been so many amendments, adjustments, resets, rebirths, reassignations as well, in terms of where you are and where you're meant to be. And some people have got new missions. Yeah, exactly, Nicole. I thought it was quite juvenile. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Anne. Hello, Carolyn. Yeah, so the other night when we did the 12-12, whatever we call this, live, Carolyn was saying how in their lives a lot of their 3D world kind of popped out. Hi, Jules. What? Maybe you can give us an update on that. But I have a lot to say. And what was intriguing to me was that those few words that came through on the 12th, which was, and it came out in this exact way. So I sat to write, and I wrote this: first that comes is, because this is the first words that came on that day. The 12 tribes are gathering, the original firsts, the 12 tribes of Israel, referenced in the Bible, but I want to tell you, I hear it is Israel, not the country. It's the angelic realm, the 12 tribes, the 12 angelic realms, the 12 angelic tribes, the 12 angelic groups sent from God. So on the 12-12, the aspect that we didn't talk about, because there was a lot, was that it's also the 33. And so it was bringing in, we are in this window, this corridor, this portal, this bridge, as I said, where you are the bridge. You are building the bridge. You are the bridge. You are the creator of the bridge. And you are also accessing the creation aspects of the bridge. And so we've been through that. It is like we are riding a wave, a bridge, a highway, something, a river, from the 12th to the 21st. That's for certain. So I'm showing, I have notes everywhere. I've been tired. I've been off planet. I've been super expanded. I've been very blissful. I've had a lot of connections to the divine masculine and what's going on in their body. And hi, Sally. Yeah, and today I had a lot of womb healing. I could feel a lot of energy moving in my womb. So all of this also, like me, I'm sure that many of you will have had experiences of birthing or rebirthing, whether you're masculine or feminine, of being pregnant or feeling pregnant, of having birthing pains, and of feeling that energy in your pelvic area. And so just another indication, another sort of aspect of our birthing. And yes, deep sexual healing. Yes, that's very poignant and pertinent. So a lot of healing from Lemuria, there's some bits of that. A lot of healing from the deep, dark past, really, from the ancestral, from your previous soul incarnations. Lemuria, Atlantis, Camelot, Avalon, Egypt, they were the ones that showed up, I think. Yeah, so I got that if you are in exceptional tiredness, you are very likely healing ancestral DNA. And I imagine that that is what a lot of you have been doing. So that may also link into the sexual healing and the abuse, because we are neutralizing and undoing everything to be reset to the higher. So we've got this DNA reactivation, reconnection. That's what many of you will have been going through. We've got a lot of energy around divine counterparts coming into a new place with one another. There's the reminder of the imagery of the wagon wheels. That's all to do with the 12 spokes with 12 wagon wheels that stack up into 12 stacks that create a torus, a toroidal field. And that is how Gaia showed me that the reset of the twins coming together do that. If you haven't ever watched that big long, well, it's 45 minutes, a 45-minute video on the twins divine counterparts on the channel. Have a look at that. So this is where we're at. So it's like the divine feminines are really coming into their own, really aligned and centered and healed and whole. And the first wave is that, and the second wave is working towards that, and the third wave is in the beginning of that. But there's this, coming into the wholeness, and then alignment and balance, and then coming into the higher. So that's what I've witnessed the divine feminine doing. And in that process, those sort of three aspects of the process, you will recognize where you are. And if you are kind of in that arisen place, having done that work, feeling balanced, feeling whole, feeling like, yeah, I've got this, I feel amazing, and you are just ready. You're ready, and you've probably declared that you're ready, and you know that you are. And if you're not, you will know that you're not, and it doesn't mean that you won't be tomorrow. So there's that kind of thing going on. I've got a little bit more about that. There's this, the links to the dragons with the opalescent, pearlescent colors of the pink and the blue and the violet and the gold. So all of those colors showing up, really like pearls, if you like, the colors of pearls, or opalescent or pearlescent. And then we've got this new Taurus that's being created because we're in this greater alignment. So let's see. Hi, Megan. Neck tired and achy for months since the October eclipse. Yeah, that could be to do with spinal upgrades. That could be to do with occipital bone for psychic vision. That could be to do with wing development, reconnection to the DNA that connects you to your angelic history. And hi, Tamala. Yep, we are just starting. We are indeed. So that's the kind of overview of what's going on in here. So yeah, this truth being revealed, it's happening so, I don't know what the word is, so strongly, I suppose, so strongly on all platforms now, even in the mainstream media, where there's dialogue, there's news broadcasts, there's people making commentary about things that have gone on, particularly in the sort of COVID era. and it's heralding truth to the masses, to the general collective. So coming in so many strong ways related to the world, the neutralizing of the polarities, that's how I read that. This up and down reversal, that everything is turning inside out and upside down, left to right, back to front. And that's why I placed that little song in the community tab. If you haven't looked at it, that's why I put that there. I've been feeling the last couple of days that I've spent probably at least half of each day in transmutation. So for me, when I'm transmuting energies, I get cold. I get really, really cold. And so that's been my experience. So I know I've been doing that. Transmutation, transformation. I also know, and you will know if you have, and I bet a lot of you have. I've been out and about. I felt like I've just been, hundreds and hundreds of miles or kilometers away from the earth in this expansion, holding space for the expansion of the earth. I want to say to you that today I saw this imagery of, it's like every single being who is conscious in the world is somewhere doing something that lays in the new. And so you are doing something that is uniquely your contribution, your change, your reset, your inquiry, your laying in of a new pattern, a new foundational way of being, thinking, processing, a new construct. That this is what I was shown, is that everybody who is conscious and aware and awake was doing that today. No one else has to do it. It's really interesting. It's like if I energized a leaf, this was the little example I was given. If I energized a leaf in a particular tree, then so this is like the 100 monkey effect to the higher. All leaves of all maple trees are then energized to the higher. So this is the impact that those of us who are conscious can be having on the earth now. So just do what you're guided to do. Don't feel you have to teach it to anybody, get anybody else to do it, talk to anybody about it. Even if you feel guided to do one little act, then that might be your contribution to this shifting, this reset, this rebirth of Gaia. There's a lot coming up in the ethers, in the community conversations, if you like, about Atlantis. And you might have, my body did that breath on its own. I have a lot of memories of Atlantis, and you may have had a twin story from there, because a lot of the intrusion, invasion, inversion was brought into Atlantis to prevent the earth from moving into that higher dimensional, higher technology way of being. And so you might even be able to ask your inner self, your higher self, to tell you what is your twin flame story from that time, if you feel that. And I want to say that it may have come, and you can feel it in me. It did for me. It has for me. That's something I've been working with the last couple of weeks. Huge grief, huge feeling of loss and sadness and grief from separation from my divine counterpart. And so this is from that time. A lot of original twins came to the earth, and there was a lot of mayhem. So I want to tell you that a lot of divine masculines are currently in this absolute practical planning, moving, doing, in order to get to their feminine. So I've seen a whole lot of examples of that in the practical. One that I saw today, which was interesting, was a divine masculine driving his car along the road, and that this giant wave came up from behind his car and washed over the top of him. And the read of that was that he was overwhelmed by his emotional body. So his mind got kind of overtaken, if you like. His thinking, his 3D matrix mind, got taken over by this overwhelming emotional wash. I want to tell you that there's quite a lot of stuff in here about the divine masculines and you, or the divine feminine, and it all ties in. Everything ties in with everything else at the moment. But the divine masculines are definitely feeling this very strong pull to their divine feminine, wanting to escape their current life for a whole myriad of reasons. They'll all be different. And today I want to say, divine feminines, you may have felt this really delicious kind of energy moving through you. You may have been sitting in this place of surety, of knowing, and kind of an I don't care, because I'm amazing, I'm sorted, I'm in balance, I'm in love with myself, I'm in my highest alignment. If he comes, great, and if he doesn't, great, because you are in the self-sustaining, high-frequency place of being an exploration of your fifth dimensional experience to seventh dimension. You're in creation mode, and you may feel them with you in a new way. That's the other thing. There's in strong telepathy, as though it really showed up very clearly today, as though it's like, and I know I've mentioned this before, but this is stronger, as though they have sent their energetic body towards you to be with you today. Well, they get themselves to you. And it had a very tangible, strong quality to it. So everything is very real now. Excuse me. And I want to say that I believe that this is the last piece of the puzzle for divine feminines. So if you've got yourself to that place where you're sitting up there, you're aligned and balanced, and you're in the knowing that this is done, you've done everything you need to do, and that they will come in divine timing. Your divine beloved, your ascension twin, your partner who comes to you for this evolution. So call them in. In this creation energy, I want to say that it's about using absolute present moment, thought, word, and action. And so just say, I call in my divine beloved, I call in my divine counterpart to be here with me now, an unconditional loving relationship in this new world, in our new reality. I am healed, I am balanced, I am aligned. So there's just this slight nuance for the feminine. I am here, I am arisen. I feel amazing. I am in my power. And should you choose me, then I choose you. And if you don't, that's fine too. This then brings the freedom, because it shifts out of the transactional. And so it's this freedom to choose for everyone. This is the reflection. This is the mirror. But this has arisen, I want to say, to a higher dimensional position. So there's, I did say this before, and now I'll read what I wrote. there's this idea that we are each doing this tiny, tiny micro action that shifts the world. The awakened conscious doing this. I go here and do this. It's the 100th monkey syndrome. Everyone is doing that today. This is the transitional experience of the awakened conscious. I touch this finger on a tree trunk and you observe a bird in the sky, and you observe a bird in the sky. Someone else plays a musical note, but we are rewriting the code of New Earth. It all affects the rest, the micro and the macro on a massive scale. So this is what was shown to me today. This is another rebirth, another reset, and a lot of womb energy many of you may be feeling. So as twins come together, it's all part of the great reset, the dissolution of the old, the divine masculines, and the unthreading of the matrix, as well as the patterns and programs, the familial, the cultural, the geographical. And so that whilst they are doing that, while they are unthreading, divine feminines are holding space from the higher and beginning to create the new. So we're doing this all at the same time, a bit of dissolution and a bit of the new. And then together, they create the new in regard to the relationship templates. So at the time now, we are at this time now where we do those bits and then we hand it over to the divine, to creator. I love you for who you are, not what you do or how you look. So I want to tell you that I have got to this point of absolute knowing that my divine masculine is coming. I am really so sure, and that the divine is in charge of the timing. So everything, I know we've spoken about this, but it's just becoming so clear and obvious. Everything is returning back to original divine plan, blueprint, template. You, me, nature, the world. Oh yeah, so I wanted to reference Rick Dewars spoke recently about the purple firmament, because in a way the fake or the orchestrated firmament is coming into its dissolution. And I wanted to tell you, if you haven't seen it, it really shows up. It's very similar to the purple on Megan Scott's circle that's in the chat. But it's like this very, if you know what shot fabric is, it's like shot organza. And shot fabric means you have one yarn that's one color and one yarn that's another. So it has a very violety purple sheen, and it has a sort of bit of a pink running through it, and then a bit of a blue violet, and it's sheeny, and it's a little bit translucent. And so this is what Rick Dewars is saying is the color of the firmament. So you may have, if you are clairvoyant, you may have seen that in your vision. And some people are seeing it physically. So everything is being revealed for us to come into heaven on earth, this Edenic paradise, the return to that. And Steph Hogarth, and she may or may not be on here, she got a message. I thought this was just, what I so love is how the messages come and they get like verified by different experiences of different people. So this is what Steph got. She got a message saying the crown is becoming the new root chakra. Well, doesn't that fit with turning upside down? And that it's going to become the foundation of the new earth, and it will bring us new stability and survival, and it's that colour. So we are, in my view, in this gateway bridge from the 12th to the 21st of December, having received codes and activations into our physical bodies, and that many of you will have felt this in your body in a few different places. You may have been feeling it today in head, in eyes, in throat, in ears, in the heart, in the belly, in the womb, and if I didn't mention the neck, and in the spine and the solar plexus. So everybody is, it's like this individual experience. It really is. Everybody's, there's a theme, but everyone's having an individual experience. You are likely needing extra rest and extra water. We are becoming more conscious, honestly. We just are. We are not the same. We are having access to information, to places that we didn't have before. The deep, deep dark, there's not much of that left. We're releasing all of the old trauma from our bodies, from our cells, from our organs. And I wrote here this list: from Lemuria, Atlantis, Camelot, Avalon, Egypt, Babylon. So much is going on over these days to heal, to deal, to feel and seal, because we are moving that out, bringing in the new, and then sealing it in. This continual balancing and alignment being key as we ascend higher, because we are in process with ascension. Whether it comes that we ascend up to here and then other people ascend up to here and then we pull them up, I believe that doesn't really matter anymore. This is a team game. This is a team effort. So whatever it is that you are doing for yourself is impacting and enabling those to come up behind you. All right, so let's see. Thank you, Charlotte. Amazing, these things are happening in groups. It's comforting. Yes, it is. How did I get to that place of absolute knowing? Well, I guess it's a bit like the process of surrender, right? We surrender and then we're like, oh, and then we surrender again, and then we're like, oh, surrender again. We repeat these processes until we no longer have things that come in and put us on a wobble. And yeah, that's my place. And I feel like I have a bit of an advantage in some ways because I speak to Gaia, and because I see, and because I have clairvoyance, clairaudience, and because I have friends who have that as well. And so we can share our gifts with what we see. And so that is another thing that kind of adds into the pot of the absolute. But this word absolute is a word that Gaia gave me, I don't know when, sometime in the last month. And it means that it's unequivocal. It means that there's nothing outside it. It just is. There's nothing that can, it's the original, it's the absolute. And this is what we are returning to in all sorts of ways. Oh yeah, tired and thirsty, wondering what day it is. Yes, I had this. I had a session with a client, and thank goodness she's a regular client, because I was chatting to somebody, and then I looked and I said, I've just seen a client reminder, and I didn't think I had any clients today, and I was late. I was late to her Zoom call. Unfortunately, she'd waited for me, but I just totally lost track of what day it was and what I was doing. And this is all part of the shift as well, because we're moving into timelessness. We're moving into, the calendar won't exist. Time won't exist. Hello, Sandy. All right. Mike Harrigan. If, I might be in love with Mike Harrigan. I've never met him. I would so love to meet him. He is one of half a dozen people who just writes so exquisitely. So I thought I'd read this to you in case you haven't seen it. Being on the twin flame pathway is a deep commitment to personal soul growth. If your spirit leads you to words, prayers, actions, people, symbols, practices, or rituals that invoke healing energy for the twin flame journey, honor this guidance. Honor it without thought of what it means for your relationship life. Honor it without expectation of what your twin looks like, acts like, who they are, where they are, when they're coming, or even if they're coming at all. Honor the guidance that floods into your psyche regarding the twin flame union pathway. It's not about satisfying the mind's need to know. It's not about being rescued, saved, or airlifted out of your current circumstances, patterns, or problems. It is not, in some ways, even about the creation or manifestation of an intimate partnership. It is a profound walk into the depths of your own power and spiritual presence. And I will I'll link that in for you to read the rest of it. But but I might do this invocation that he wrote with you. But what I want to say is that if you are here on a divine counterpart journey, then I want to speak to you. And if you're not, I apologize. And so you might want to exit the call. But if you are here on a divine counterpart journey, you came here likely as an old soul or a very advanced soul, because you came to be a forerunner in changing out the templates. You came to dispel the dark. You came to bring in the brand new and to have an experience that is not easy. Like, for goodness sake, the strength that people on that pathway have to hold is huge. There's so much that doesn't fit into the 3D paradigm. There's a lot of time alone. There's so much. Well, that I'll go back in and check that. Oh, there's more healing. Oh, there's more crying. Oh, there's more releasing. It's a very big, long and arduous at times journey that is hard to understand and that you cannot share with people who aren't on it because of that, right? It's just, thank you. If you are on it, thank you, because you're here doing amazing work, and really be of gratitude and ingratitude to yourself, because you will be a big, old, amazing soul with a lot of skills, gifts, talents, and strength. And your reward is about to come, because you're going to have this delightful, loving, beautiful, incredible love relationship that comes in. And we're very close, in my view, to those coming in some form, connections coming in during December in a more tangible way, or into January. But it's like, I would say that during this month of December, January, that many of you will perhaps come into the place that I'm in, where I just know, and he'll be here when he's ready. And when the time is right. So this is what Mike said at the bottom. Dear God and Goddess, I now invoke the highest protection and shielding from the universe. And I would advise you don't have to, but I would advise you to repeat it after me. I now invoke the highest protection and shielding from the universe. I call in all sacred guardians of my twin flame journey. I call the Christ light into my aura to bless and guide my path, to reclaim my soul's highest wisdom and reunite me in divine timing, if it is divine will, with my twin flame. I call in the violet flame of transmutation and karmic resolution into my aura. I ask this light to go where it is needed and consume all negative karma and blocks that may limit the full expression of my twin flame partnership. I ask that this violet flame now releases both of us from all and any karmic and binding attachments that must now be dissolved in the name of the Holy Spirit for the total fulfillment of our divine plan on earth. I ask that our mission to humanity is brought forth in perfect timing and in perfect ways. I ask that we serve the universe in sacred duty, bringing the light of our physical unified soul into physical form. Bringing the light of our unified soul into physical form. I claim the divine right to be with my twin flame, knowing that it is a relationship that most deeply serves this planet and the universe in unlimited ways. I ask for Spirit to work on me, through me and for me, as it must, for the highest resolution of the twin flame union. I see and feel the flames of divine love burning through all and any lower resistance to the total reunion of our hearts. Amen. And so that's Mike Harrigan who created and wrote that. So we thank you. We thank you very much, Mike. We thank you for your writing, for your contribution, for your energy, for the way that you hold your divine light. Just see if there was something else here. No. But there's the sense that we're so close. We are so close to this absolute time where we tip in, and it may be that some of us sit in that ascension space whilst the others kind of move in. You know, it might be the wave up on the beach and we're there, and then the next wave up on the beach brings in the next lot. But we definitely, I see we have 3 waves of twin flames and we have 3 waves of ascension. So it might be that twins lead each of those waves of ascension. I see, and I'm sure that many of you do, that what's coming out in the news is definitely like, ding, 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 ding. Are you awake yet? And there are horrific things that are coming out as well as loving, amazing things. But remember how Gaia has said that everybody will wake up in their own way, that people will wake up in many, many different ways. And you just have to hold your own space and your own light. And yeah, I want to know how many of you are having the experience that I'm having of witnessing the men in your circles waking up. Any of you here? So I had that curiosity, and then and yes, a reminder about the collective conversations that you can enroll in. That starts in mid-January. That's on the community page and on and in the description under the videos. And that is also on my website, which is sharonmartin.com, so you can find that. Tamala's saying her brother, I think, asked her today if he can help him connect to his soul and what I do. Yeah, beautiful. And Jackie's son. It's fantastic. It's really rumbling, I want to say. It's very, it's quick. It's exponential as well. It's asleep too. I am seeing all the spirit in the room. I never believed that this was even real, and I'm now hearing voices that are giving me information that is not from the earth. Yeah. All right. So what about you here who are on a twin flame divine counterpart journey? Oh, that's great, Sally. Her 95-year-old dad has shifted his perspective on the vaccines. Has anyone got a twin update? Anyway, I shall say goodbye and much love and thank you. Thank you for joining me, for holding hands around the world, for being the light that you are. Oh, woohoo, Stacey. Oh, I'm excited for you. Intense dream portals. Yeah, I think that you're not alone there, sweet CC. A lot of people are doing that. Are you dreaming in the new, or are you off planet? Are you clearing out? What work are you doing? Water portals. Oh, that's right. You said. Oh, yeah. So are you activating them? I'll tell you what I noticed, because I wanted to come back and write some more to you. Is I wondered, are you, because I am seeing that a lot of geographical places are going to connect up in triangles, and I wondered if I noticed that you were speaking about there being 3 places. Yeah, because that's what I've been saying. The triangles, it's the same with divine counterparts, that it's that divine counterparts connect up in triangles, and there's one, I've been shown a lot of different ways, but it's like one corner on the triangle is connected to another twin dynamic, not necessarily in relationship, but in knowing or in energetic connection. Major triangulation, yeah, because I think that this is I think this is part of our new grid, is that everything is in triangles. And like one of the things I want to ask, because I know that we are having, keep a lookout, because it begins with the insects. So we're having brand new insects come. They'll be brighter in colour. And we are having brand new flowers come. And we are, that will be the first sort of sets of this new higher dimensional flora and fauna. Oh, cool. Thank you, Jackie. So when you inspect them, are you inspecting the portal's durability, functionality, that it's spinning correctly? Yeah. So it's this idea that everything will be reconnected. And this, I mean, this whole inside out, upside down thing is interesting because the guy showed me this idea that it would, it's a bit like popping the banana out of the banana skin. It's that. So I think that when people talk about the north-south changing, that it could just be a directional shift, that it's not that the earth turns, that it's the internal, that's another question I need to ask, but it's the internal vortex that changes. You go to water places, okay. Inside out and upside down and shadow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so a lot of you will be doing different things, resetting, reassigning, clearing out, bringing in. And if you don't know what it is that you're doing, ask to be shown, ask to be guided. And some people will be doing more than one thing. Yeah, wonderful. All right, my sweets, lots of love to you. It's a very cool thing to be an earthling here, a Gaian, ready to charge into creating the new. And I tell you what, this creation of the new, when we are more landed there, is going to be so exciting. So a whole lot of new kind of structure and architecture and everything being based on frequency and vibration. All right. Lots of love, everyone. Bye.